Hey guys, Everything Tech Pro here, and you are watching my Nintendo 3DS review where I'll be going over a bit of the hardware and software as well, and hopefully helping you guys make up your mind about whether or not you want one. On top of the 3DS, we have the two cameras which make up a 3D image when taking pictures, and right here is the little LED notification light that means the cameras are activated. And as you can see, it's a nice, gorgeous metallic blue, and it comes in two colors, Cosmo Black and Aqua Blue. And I absolutely love the colors, although it is a fingerprint magnet. On the 3DS, we have several notification lights that'll light up for different reasons, and I'm going to go through them real quick. On the top right, we have our new message, or if our software has something to tell us, notification. On the right, we have our Wi-Fi on notification, and here's the switch, turn it on and off. It just slides up like that and snaps back. Right here, we have our charging notification, and this will tell us if our 3DS power is on. We have our 3.5mm headphone jack and these two little holes right here if we want to loop some string and attach it to something. Here is our SD card slot, which just pops out like that, and it's very sturdy. And of course you have 2GB SD card that comes standard with the 3DS. And here's our volume slider, which is actually very nice. On the back of the 3DS, we have our left and right buttons, which are very clicky, our 3DS game card slot, which also houses regular DS games, and here's our charging port and our stylus. But the thing is, it's in a very bad spot. Very nice stylus, but it's very hard to reach around while playing a game and trying to grab the stylus out of its housing. Right here is our little infrared port to communicate with other 3DSs or regular DSs, and that's it on this side. On the bottom of the 3DS, there's really nothing to see. It's just a plate you can remove to replace the battery or change it, upgrade to a bigger one since the battery life is so horrible. But yeah, it actually feels very nice in your hands, very compact. Really like the design, although of course it will be redesigned in a couple years. But for now, it's actually very nice. And the color Aqua Blue, I really like. It's in 3 layers. So yeah, now we're going to open up the 3DS and see what's inside. Open up the 3DS and we are greeted with a very nice button layout. The circle pad is very responsive, and it's probably the first thing you'll use when you open up the 3DS. It works with all games, even older ones. Right here is our standard analog stick and our ABXY buttons. Here's our start and select buttons and home and the power button. On the top we have our front-facing camera and the 3D slider. And I'll talk about the 3D effect in just a bit. Real quick guys, I'm going to let you know that the battery life is pretty bad on the 3DS. With 3D on, 2 to 3 hours, with it off about 4 to 5. Now it's not so bad for me since I don't really take my 3DS anywhere, but if you guys are planning this for long distance trips, you might want to think again. Now Nintendo did include this dock that you can just put your 3DS on and charge it. It'll help you with the pain of the bad battery life, but yeah, just letting you know that the battery life is not the greatest. On the bottom screen, we have our menu, and the layout is very nice. You can slide across like this. I'm not going to go too in depth, but here are just some of the apps I have because you can't get any more at the time. An update in May will bring many of them and many more features like the web browser, which is missing right now, the 3DS shop, virtual console, a bunch more in May. Right here you can change the size of the icons. And yeah, so on the top here's our 3D screen, which everyone has been talking about. And if you see, the image becomes distorted. If I slide it up, of course you won't be able to see, but the 3D is very nice and I can definitely see it. It's sunken back into the screen. Only very rarely are the objects actually a little bit out of the screen. Mostly they're sunken in the screen. It's like you're looking in a little box. But it is very nice. I choose to play without it because my eyes hurt after a little bit, and I don't really want to endure the pain in order to play a game. Now, I don't mean pain literally, I just mean my eyes get sort of tired after a while and I have to turn it off, and I just rather play 2D longer without any eye fatigue. But this has been my 3DS review. Hopefully you guys have gotten an idea of what you're going to be finding in the 3DS itself and a little bit of the hardware. Now, I would recommend getting the 3DS, but if you want to play good games right now, wait until June because all the good games are coming out then, and the update in May will bring a lot of extra features. But for now, it's kind kind of meh, like you want it, but you don't really want it because it doesn't have that many features right now. But it is a pretty cool device, so I definitely recommend buying it if you have the money. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I really hope you enjoyed the review and enjoy your 3DS if you decide to get one.